want to try and get this chapter finished and get to chapter 18 at least. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty bad today. Been going to bed at like 10:30, quarter to 11. So there. All right, let's dive right in. Oh, I just want to see one more thing where we got to yesterday. 17-18. Okay. All right. 17-18. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Here we go. The CFRs contemplate this type of situation, codify regulatory expectations in this regard. Where a representative receives instructions that do not align with the representative suitability obligation as described, the representative may carry out the instructions only if they have informed the client that the trade is not suitable and recommended as an alternative course of action. Boom. Yeah. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is for an exam. I'm gonna be booking the exam soon, but I gotta finish the rest of the chapters. There's just two more. There's just basically one last chapter, and we're halfway through the second to last chapter. So I gotta do all the reading and then all the rest of the quizzes and stuff to prepare for the exam. Okay, let's do this. If you're unsure of how to deal effectively with an unsuitable, unsolicited order, you should consult your supervisor or compliance department to understand the firm's internal procedures for dealing with such situations and clearly document the outcome of this process in the client file. Know your product rule. Equally important in making a suitability determination is an understanding of the product being recommended, how it is constructed, its features, risks, and costs, and the general idea of how it is likely to perform in various market conditions. This companion obligation of the Know Your Client rule is referred to as a know Your Product rule. Clients have a right to know what they are agreeing to purchase and a rightful expectation that their representatives know what they are selling. Without this knowledge, you can neither assess suitability nor explain the product's features and risks. And if you're unable to explain the product, the client arguably will not be able to give proper instructions to buy or sell the product in question. Under the CFR amendments, all new fund recommendations provided to clients must undergo a rigorous know your product assessment at both the dealer and representative level. Specifically, dealers must take reasonable steps to assess and understand products that are transferred into the dealer from another registrant, representative, or dealer. Monitor their approved shelf of products for significant changes, and provide subsequent and ongoing reviews of any changes. Correspondingly, representatives must take reasonable steps to understand the products they recommend to clients by examining the product structure, features, risks, initial and ongoing costs, embedded fees, the impact of those costs produce or to product performance. They must be able to explain these dynamics to the client at a level consistent with the client's investment experience and product history. Sorry, I went away because the screen. Oh yeah, yeah, all good. Mm, did you know Zero amended its rules in line with the CSA's CFR initiative? Specifically, amendments apply to MFDR Rule 2.2.5, know your product, and 2.2.6, suitability determination. Hmm. And corresponding changes made to Rule number 100, minimum standards for account supervision. Okay. Vulnerable clients. Vulnerable clients may include persons with an illness, impairment, or disability, or a limitation due to the aging process, senior citizens. Representatives need to have a heightened sensitivity in their dealings with vulnerable clients. With respect to elderly clients, many will rely on their investments to supplement retirement income, investments that will be difficult to recover from financial losses, given the client's shorter time horizon. Some representatives, however, rather than protecting these clients, take advantage of the fact that vulnerable clients may have complete reliance on them on financial matters. This may be due to the client's limited investment knowledge, a long-standing relationship, and a change in circumstances. Becoming a widow. Sometimes that vulnerability may be the result of cultural issues that give deference to the representative. Determining who is considered vulnerable will ultimately drive the application of any additional policies and procedures, because it's not just elderly clients who are vulnerable. You must consider how to approach any client who appears to be in distress or in need of assistance. It is for these reasons that the ability to observe and detect a change in long-standing client behavior is key to being able to support clients who may fall into this category. A few common warning signs of diminished mental capacity during a client representative interaction may include memory loss, forgetting simple previous instructions, increased difficulty completing forms, confusion with previously understood basic financial concepts, or reduced ability to solve everyday math problems. The most common types of infractions related to vulnerable clients include unsuitable investment advice, particularly the use of higher risk investments to boost client income. Are you studying for an exam or just staying updated on current affairs? Studying for an exam. Um, it will be, I can't book it yet, but I will be able to soon just because of my schedule. So I'm finishing the chapter reading, and then I'm officially going to start the actual studying of like with flashcards and doing formulas and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. But it does help that it gives an idea for current affairs as well. It talks about like changes in the industry and stuff like that, which were pretty recent. Um, oh yeah, new account, new account. So NAAF, new account admin forms, updates to justify trading, investment objectives that benefit the estate instead of the client, accepting trading instructions for a client's account from a family member without receiving authorization from the account holder or an appropriate power of attorney, accepting loans or gifts from clients, accepting executor or trustee power over clients. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Nain is going to tune into this too, or if she is tuned in. I don't think she is. Just me and you, Neat. Right on. The recent CSA and CIRO regulatory initiatives regarding vulnerable clients are summarized below. Representatives are required to take reasonable steps to add a trusted contact person. Now, this is key. Trusted contact person is in the event that you are mentally unable to do your financial affairs, you can appoint, before that happens, you can appoint a trusted contact person. Basically, it's not like a beneficiary, but it's someone that can help. Um, Yeah, with your financial affairs if needed. Um, Representatives are required to take reasonable steps to add a trusted contact person to a client file, including how this person can be contacted and what circumstances it may be contacted. The trusted contact person requirements state as follows. The trusted contact person may be a close friend or family member. The client may appoint more than one trusted contact person. The client may revoke a trusted contact person at any time. A client's trusted contact person information must be reviewed each time their Know Your Client is updated. In carrying out enhanced know your client, know your product, and suitability determinations, representatives must pay particular attention to vulnerable clients. Representatives must be able to identify red flags that may indicate diminished capacity, financial abuse, or misuse of power of attorney. In some circumstances, representatives or their dealer can place temporary holds on the purchase, sale, withdrawal, and transfer of cash or securities from a client's account. Special considerations for communicating with vulnerable clients, particularly during onboarding of a client or marketing to these clients. From the dealer's perspective, providing policies and procedures related to escalation and complaint handling that best fits with the dealer and its client base, as well as a training program to help representatives protect vulnerable clients and the dealer. The role of know your client information in opening an account. Know your client information is critical for opening accounts and taking orders. Information about individuals with a financial interest in an account. Information about changes in the client's circumstances and requirements relating to anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist financing laws must be obtained. Mhm. Financial interest in an account. The investment, experience, and knowledge of all individuals who have trading authority over the account should be obtained, as well as know your client information for anyone with a financial interest in the account, such as joint account holders and beneficiaries of trusts and trust accounts for children. With the trust, the trustee has trading authority over the account, and therefore his or her investment experience and knowledge should be obtained, as well as the know your client of the beneficial owner of the account. For spousal RSPs, the contributing spouse does not have a financial interest in the account. So know your client information is required for the non-contributing spouse only. Changes in circumstances. Updating client information. Serial rules require that the dealer or representative must take reasonable steps to keep the client's know your client information current, including updating the information within a reasonable time frame after becoming aware of a material change in client information. It must maintain evidence of any client instructions regarding any material changes. All such changes must be authorized by the client and approved by the individual responsible at the dealer for approving new client accounts. And neat. You should have gone for modeling. I actually tried. I did try. I just couldn't get into it. Um, like if I'm to give it another go, I just want to use my social media and build like you know for brands kind of a thing. But like when I tried to go through a modeling agency, it was just weird. There's yeah, it was just different, and you have to be like in insane shape, like really good shape. How could someone reject? Yeah, it's true. It's cutthroat in the industry. I've heard, and like my mom went with me to like a modeling meet, like a meetup thing, just to yeah, because basically an audition kind of thing to see, and you have to do like the walk and everything, and I was young. I was like fresh out of high school, 19 or something like that, and I gave it a go. And I did talk to one of our family friends, other friends, and she used to be a modeling agent. And I tried. We had to sit down and everything, and she said I have the look, but she said, yeah, you're gonna have to like go to different agencies and just see. So, but you really gotta want to do it. And I didn't want to do it enough to be like go through all the hassle. Yeah. So it's like I like taking photos. I've always known I'm photogenic and stuff, but you got to really want to do it because it's still a grind. It's still like, yeah, but never ruling it out though. You could still I could still do it anytime. If I made the decision to. But I would do it for like brands and stuff like that, like model for their products, and I think that'd be cool. Oh, you did a gig once. Very nice. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, it's just cool to, utilize all the opportunity that's available to you, right? If you've got a look or you've got utilize your personality. Um, because that at the end of the day, that's what sells. It's you. It's like you Inc. But the pay was trash. Yeah, I know. They don't pay. You have to be like your own brand and then working with brands, you get paid way more, I've heard. So yeah, 100%. That's what I feel like is the better way. If you go through an agency, they get like 60, 70% of the cut, and then the models make nothing for the most part, unless they're their own brand. You make your own brand, and then you work with brands, you do better. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where were we? Oh, yeah. When approving material changes, branch managers should review the previous know your client information to determine if the changes appear reasonable and ensure that material changes have not been made to justify trades that would be considered unsuitable or would disregard the principle of putting the client's interest first. CIRO rules, so again, Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization, CIRO, um, require that at least annually the mutual fund dealer in writing, excuse me, requests each client to notify them if the know your client information previously provided to the dealer has materially changed. As indicated earlier, a representative must review know your client information with the client at least once every 36 months, even if the registrant hasn't interacted with the client. Ultimately, having a well documented and up to date client file will only benefit the registrant and the mutual fund dealer. If during normal interactions with the client, the representative has discerned a fact that is suggestive of a material change, this should be well documented and to the extent required. The client account should be appropriately updated. What are the steps in opening a mutual fund account? The mutual fund industry is fortunate to conduct its business in a self regulatory environment, but the primary responsibility for self regulation rests with each mutual fund dealing representative, which would be me. Um, um, or another abbreviation is like mutual fund account representative. Got really big. She has like, oh, really? My friend got really big. She has like 300K followers now. Jeez, that's crazy. But we only talked for a month, so I don't know if she even considers me a friend now. Oh, man. The first step in ensuring compliance to the rules and policies that govern the mutual fund business is the accurate completion of documentation when opening new accounts. Maintaining accurate and current account documentation will allow the dealing representative and the supervisory staff at the mutual fund dealer the necessary tools to perform a suitability assessment of the investments in the client account. As noted above, in addition to accurate account documentation, which is essentially the contract between the mutual fund dealer and the client, the mutual fund dealing representative should also document and maintain detailed notes regarding the regular and routine interactions with the client. Relationship disclosure. Securities regulation requires that for each new client account opened, the mutual fund dealer must provide the client with written relationship disclosure information. This disclosure includes all the information that a reasonable client would consider important about the relationship with the mutual fund dealer and the dealing representative. Relationship disclosure information may be provided in a standalone document. Mhm. Or it may be included in the account opening documentation. Regardless of the manner in which the relationship disclosure information is provided to the client, it must include the following information: the nature of the client account and the advisory relationship, the products and services offered by the dealer, as well as any limits or restrictions, including whether the dealer will primarily offer proprietary products. A description of the dealer's procedures regarding the receipt and handling of client cash and checks. A statement that the dealer must determine that all recommendations and actions are suitable for the client and put the client's interests first. God, this is dense, this chapter. Loves you so much that he died on the cross for you. Get that crap out of here. Not in my live. Reported and deleted. I'm in, oh, what? You're in med school? So I don't know when I'll get to crazy. Good for you. I'll let you know when I make it big in modeling. Ah, yeah. 100%. If it's something that you want to do, go after it with all you got. Ah. Okay. General explanation of the circumstances under which a dealer or approved person might place a temporary hold, a definition of the various terms used in the collection of know your client information, and an explanation of how the information will be used, a description of the circumstances under which a dealer or approved person might disclose information about a client or client account to a trusted contact person, a description of any benefits received by the dealer or representative from a third party related to the client's purchase of ownership of an investment through the dealer, a disclosure of the operating and transaction charges the client may be required to pay, and a description of the general impact on the client's return from management expense fees and other ongoing fees, a general explanation of how investment performance benchmarks might be used to assess performance, a description of the content and frequency of reporting for the account, the expected date of delivery for the quarterly official account statement, cost and compensation report, and performance report. Relationship disclosure provided in a standardized document should be approved by the dealer's head office and or branch office. Mutual fund dealers are also required to maintain evidence that relationship disclosure has been provided to the client. If relationship disclosure information is incorporated into account documentation and it is client signed, maintaining a copy of the signed account documentation is sufficient evidence. In the event that the dealer chooses to provide a relationship disclosure as a standalone document, the dealer may evidence client delivery by requesting a client signed acknowledgement or by maintaining copies of disclosure documents sent to the client in their respective file at the dealer. It is recommended that for relationship disclosure documents that are not client signed, the dealing representative maintain detailed notes of client meetings and discussions evidencing that the relationship disclosure information has been provided. As with any client account documentation, it is expected that when there is a significant change in a relationship disclosure information previously provided to the client, that the dealer will take reasonable steps to notify the client of the change in a timely manner. Oh, that's what it's called. New account application form. Yeah. Yo, appreciate it. Appreciate that, Tim. Welcome to the live. Thank you for tuning in. We're just finishing up this chapter 17. And this chapter is, what is this chapter again? I got to double check. Mutual fund dealer regulation. Where were we here? Really hard work in there. Absolutely. Yep. Here's so we're on 17-22. And and then again, it's the Canadian Securities course, investment funds course. Yep. Yep. Put you guys right there. All right. I'll continue to I like to read aloud because it helps me because it's dense reading. So reading aloud just helps me absorb it a bit better. So where were we? I think we're right here. God, this is dense. The first step in satisfying the know your client rule is to establish the client's account in accordance with securities regulation, as well as the policies and procedures established at the mutual fund dealer. Each new client account accepted by the dealing representative should be reviewed and approved by the person responsible at the dealer for approving new accounts within a reasonable time frame. Account number should not be assigned until the client's full legal name and address is confirmed. In addition, it is also expected that the new account application form is completed for each new client account. As an aside, it is never acceptable conduct to permit or suggest to a client that any form required by the dealer be executed by the client in blank to be completed by the mutual fund dealer representative at a later time. This is not considered acceptable conduct and is most likely to result in enforcement action being taken against the representative. Typically, the new account application form will include the necessary Know Your Client information. If the Know Your Client information is not included in the new account application form, the know Your Client information must be captured on a separate form. Regardless of how the Know Your Client information is documented, it must include, among other things, the client's personal information, financial information, risk tolerance, investment objectives, and a disclosure of whether the client is an insider or significant shareholder of a public corporation. The information collected regarding risk tolerance and investment objectives should be sufficiently precise to enable the dealer and their dealing representatives to meet their suitability assessment obligations. A detailed description of the new account application form is described in the following section entitled the New Account Application Form. Okay. The application form or an account opening form, often referred to as the New Account Application Form, NAAF, is, is used to open new accounts and may also be used to record changes to the personal information, know your client, and other information in the client's file. The new account application form represents the first opportunity for the dealer and representative to carefully and clearly document their relationship with the client. For these reasons, this discovery process should be organized in such a fashion to, at minimum, capture the required information as expected by CIRO, as well as any other information that be necessary in order to demonstrate that the dealer and representative know their client. The order form, which is sometimes incorporated into the account opening form, is used to subscribe for units or shares of a mutual fund. Typically, both the account opening form and the order form are produced or approved by the mutual fund dealer head office, and a dealing representatives must use them without alteration. It is both permissible and useful. However, to make appropriate notations on these forms or elsewhere in a client's file for record keeping purposes. Oh man. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, appreciate it. We're getting there. Mindset fam. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We go live daily. And this live. If you are into study with me, meditate with me, workouts, meal planning, etc., etc. The order form is the key document in the sales and compliance chain. A completed order form is only the customer's offer to purchase mutual funds. However, this offer need not be accepted by the mutual fund, although refusal is uncommon. A branch compliance officer, BCO, should refuse to open an account or process an order for a client who has not completed all the Know Your Client information, or who refuses to supply information that is required under CIRO MFDR Rule 2.2.1. Another common reason for refusing an order is that the purchaser is a frequent trader. Frequent traders buy and sell mutual fund units actively, sometimes holding positions for as little as 1 day. With no load funds, frequent traders can often buy and sell without incurring any costs. The cost of the trades to the dealer, the fund company, and the mutual funds in question can be significant in terms of both time and money. Many funds have adopted short-term trading fees to counter the practice of frequent traders. The account opening should be done in person unless unique circumstances warrant otherwise. Unavoidable COVID lockdown. However, depending on the specific dealer's policies, the initial order and subsequent transactions may be processed by telephone, by the toll-free line, or electronically, internet, or fax. All information about clients and client transactions are confidential and subject to the mutual fund dealer's privacy policy and related obligations. Neither the information obtained about the client nor the contents of the client's file may be disclosed except with the client's permission or by order of a securities administrator or other authority, or as may be required to comply with the client's instructions. The client cannot be required to consent to allowing the disclosure of his or her personal information as a condition of accepting the account, except where such information is reasonably necessary to provide the specific product or service the client has requested. Completing the new account application form. See, this stuff, because I've worked in this industry, I've done that. Yo, man, I'll join every stream. I have to go somewhere. Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good day. All right. The structure and format of order forms vary among mutual fund dealers, although their content is very similar. Remember, only a registered dealing representative should help a client complete the non-administrative clerical portions of the order form. There is no standard prescribed account application form. However, CIRO provides guidance for new account application, design, and delivery on their website. Figure 17.2 shows a sample new account application form. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first step as a dealing representative is to obtain a client's personal data, including the following. Yeah. Full legal name, permanent address, mailing address. Yeah, PO boxes and registered. Yeah, RR numbers are acceptable. Mailing addresses only in rural areas. The SIN number, yeah. Legal requirement for non-registered accounts. If the client refuses to supply the SIN, you should indicate in writing on the account form that the client refused to supply the SIN number. The order may be executed and the account open even if the SIN number is not obtained, but only for non-registered accounts. You must make a reasonable effort to obtain a client's SIN for tax purposes. Failure to make such an effort may render you liable for a $100 fine per infraction. You may advise clients that if they fail to provide their SIN, they may be liable to the CRA for a $100 fine. The SIN number is required for all registered accounts. Without a SIN, the account cannot be opened. It cannot be registered at the CRA. Date of birth. Although only mandatory for registered accounts, the client's date of birth should be known to ensure he or she has reached age majority. Minors can legally purchase mutual funds but are not contractually bound and can therefore revoke the purchase at any time prior to reaching the age of majority and receive the full amount of the investment back. Interesting. Interesting. So a minor can buy a mutual fund and they can withdraw and get all their money back prior to reaching age of majority. And age of majority where I'm from is age 19. Even if the fund's units have dropped significantly in value. If it is an RSP account, the birth date will also indicate when the client's RSP matures for ultimate conversion to a RIF, annuity, or other maturity option. In the case of a registered account, an order should not be executed nor the account open without the client's date of birth. Types of accounts. The new account application form also indicates the types of account purchase, non-registered, TFSA, RSP, RIF. Clients opening RSP accounts should be told about designating a beneficiary. Although it is not mandatory, clients should be informed that the proceeds of the RSP would go to their estate if a beneficiary is not named. If the proceeds of the RSP go to the estate, there could be additional costs such as probate fees and delays in the distribution of the proceeds. Other types of accounts, such as joint accounts and accounts in the name of the corporations, estates, trusts, partnerships, minors, investment clubs, school boards, public utilities, or religious societies, require special documentation. If the purchase is paid for by a contribution to a spousal RSP, this should be indicated on the form. Joint accounts. Personal information for all clients and all co-applicants must be obtained. For a joint mutual fund account, all parties must have identical time horizons. All parties must have identical time horizons, investment objectives, and risk tolerance. As a single recommendation, must meet the needs of all owners of the account. The investment knowledge of different owners of the account may differ. All joint accounts should be registered in the names of all joint account holders, and know your client information should be obtained from all account holders. Joint tenancy trading instructions, including redemption requests, may be accepted from any joint holder, unless the joint holders have indicated otherwise. Policies may vary among dealers. Yeah. All joint applicants must sign the account opening form. Note, however, a joint tenancy is not recognized in Quebec. All right, we're getting close, Mindset fam. We're getting close. 17-25. I'm just going to make a quick note here. It takes a while to do all this reading, but once it'll be done, then I can really start studying. There's just a lot of reading. Okay, so let's just see how much longer we have. How many more pages? 17-25. Let's tell 17-35. So another 10 pages. God, that's a lot. And then chapter 18 has only 14 pages, which is super nice. Wow. And then the last chapter is on ethics. I need some more water. My voice is shotty. Okay. Good stuff to know. Good stuff to know. Because it goes regulation and then ethics. I'm hitting a wall. I'm hitting a wall. So let's go down some water. Oh, gotta stretch. Oh. All right. Now I'm gonna have some creatine. What's some OJ? And then I've been starting to have little medicinal mushrooms with lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi. Got them from the farmer's market. Check this out. So they're a little capsule. You just take one a day, 30-day supply. And I'm noticing it's really helped with my focus. And like my focus is like longer for these study sessions, which I really need right now. So pretty cool. I'll probably do another page or two of studying and then get ready. And then do some meditation. I'm just flipping it. I'm doing studying first and then meditation because I have to in order to get all the rest of my reading done. And the true studying begins. There you go. Oh, always give the OJ a little shake up. There. We got our creatine. Just a little bit. Because OJ's got a lot of sugar in it, but I just need a little more sweetness for the mix, the creatine. Oh, mindset fam. I'm feeling my push-ups. I'm doing the 100-day push-up challenge. Really feeling that. Okay. Give that a little spin. Got it. All right. Mm. Now we're just gonna pick out our polo, and then we'll do maybe 5 more minutes. Beauty. Got a nice blue polo. Look at our outfit here with a memento. Oh, there. All right. I'm just gonna go get my dress socks and then start a meditation. Oh, there. Dress socks. Oh, they look different actually. Okay, hang on. There we go. Had one pair of each, different ones, so got them all straightened out there. That's better. All right. Quickly brush the teeth. Love this water flosser. It's game changer. Was what? Toothbrush? Hmm. There we go. All right. All right. Teeth are brushed. Studied for today. If I can do more later, I will. But yeah, we got a good 45-minute session in. And I'm just gonna go like this. Just log out of everything. So I got that saved, 17-25. Yeah, that's good. So we got 10 more pages of that chapter. It's a long chapter. And as you can tell, it was like super dense. So, oh, how do I log out of here? There, log out. Now we're gonna go and do some meditation. Can you say after me? Not bad. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The cup and the championship. Nice. Hang on. All right. Not in real life. Yo, man. So there is a streamer like, what? Stalking you like online? That's crazy. I see him like, Jesus. Yeah, that's insane, bro. Fairwinds. All right. Shutting this down. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, tell him to scram. Get out of here. Oh. Hang on. Just gotta blow my nose here, and they'll do our meditation. Got time, enough time for a 20-minute. Not bad. Oh. Oh. All right, 809. Oh. I definitely read the whole number. 82727 827 287 2826 times per day. It's a lot. You go type pop. Type pop. Oh, super sleepy. Mindset found. I think we'll leave it there for stream today. Oh, I've only got like another 20 minutes before I gotta go to work, and I just want to chill. So I'll let you guys go. I'll see you for lunch. I'll probably be going for lunch around 1, be home by like 1:10, 1:15 approximately. Maybe happy, maybe healthy, maybe at peace, mindset fam. Peace. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning to the stream. Wait, what? I'm bagged, man. Gotta go.